Oh, hello viewers. Welcome to Fallout 4 on the PlayStation 5 once again. Here we are in Hangman's Alley, which is pretty much on the outskirts of downtown Boston, across the river from CIT. Which in the real world is MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, under which is, in Fallout law, the Institute. So in the olden days times, you went to MIT, that was a big thing. It was a way of showing off your intellect. Getting a placement at MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Meant you had brains. Some brains to spare. And on that subject, and looking at where we are and what I've built here, the name of the building, Shandar Gozerian Mansions. What could that be in connection with? Well, if you know your Ghostbuster law, there's a guy called Ivo Shandor. I think late Victorian times, Ivo Shandor did some building. He was an architect and entrepreneur, I believe. He was responsible for the original Ghostbuster building, the one in which Dana Barrett, a character played by Sigourney Weaver, lived. She had an apartment on the 22nd floor. I couldn't really fit a 22-floor building here comfortably. I do believe I might have made something sympathetic to the films and law. It's in Hangman's Alley. I've used all sorts of mods to build this place. Mostly unlocked settlement objects and a little bit of CVA for this leaf litter and plant matter. So Shandor Gozerian Mansions. Gozer, of course, was the demigod. And Shandor was a Gozer worshipper. The cult of Gozer. I think there's a character Cornelius Wellesley, founded the cult of Gozer. Again, back in late Victorian times, the turn of the 19th to 20th century, so the early years of the 20th century, 1920s and 30s. Ivo Shandor was around. well, certainly in New York, designing and building the extraordinary structure in which Dana Barrett lived. That features in the first film. And Ivo Shandor was around at the same time as Nikola Tesla. It's reasonable to suppose that they may have met at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, across the river there. And perhaps this building was Shandor's first attempt at a teleport system, a way of opening a portal to whatever realm the Sumerian gods might dwell in. Of course, in the film, Dana Barrett, Sigourney Weaver, becomes possessed by a hellhound type thing, of which I have a miniature version of here. Really a mutant hound, but you know, as close as this game does to hellhounds. And it has this doghouse with the name Zul upon it, because that was the minion of Goza that took possession of Dana Barrett's body. Rick Moranis was inhabited by was possessed by another spirit. I'm not quite sure. I think it was Vince Clortho. Lewis Tully, Rick Moranis' character, was possessed by. And they were both required to open the portal to allow entry to the demigod. But it seems that the Sedgwick Hotel, which also appears in Ghostbusters film, was also a construction of Ivo Shandor's. Little restaurant here. The Vault Tech box. When you find this box, it's actually empty, but it has a name on it. If you pick it up in a certain way, you can retain the name. If you open it, that hasn't got anything in it, you lose the name. It becomes just another anonymous box. It's a little flat here. Hello there, Piper. You're gonna let me look around this flat. It's one of the residents of the Shandor apartments. He lives here. Got a little living room here, a little lounge with couch, or as in, it would be in Britain, a sofa. You can sofa surf, but you can't couch surf. Tiny little balcony here, leafy detritus from the CVA mod, all the plant matter from CVA. This is the bedroom of the apartment. I've had to close up quite a lot of the building because it was getting very crashy. I really couldn't add anything else without it crashing constantly. But I had to strip out some parts. I had to strip out a lift column because that was not only glitching horribly but causing the game to crash when I operated it. There's a Harry Potter room under the stairs. Settlers don't like going upstairs, so I have to make sure I have enough beds on or near the ground floor. I also have a problem with settlers keep turning up here, even though I haven't got a settlement beacon. Haven't got a recruitment beacon yet. Locked up doorway. That was a small bedroom at one time. This still is. It's got a lovely little bathroom here. Very compact and bijou. The kind of compact and bijou that's causing my crashing problem. And of course this apartment's got a door for some security. You can sit by the fire and contemplate your navel or watch the TV. Test card on the screen there. It's got its plants. So that's a window looking out onto the river. And we can go up to another apartment here. A blocked up doorway. Well, quite a nice little apartment this, I believe. Very compact and bijou. Again, fully fitted with the shower room this time. These decontamination showers. Working plumbing. Hello, enjoying the room. Marvellous. Doesn't say much. Not very talkative. And of course he can sit and watch his telly by the fire as well. I won't lock him in. And some more rooms that I've stripped out. But here again, examples of CVA or the leafleter. Because that sort of thing, I feel beds the house into the environment, the buildings into the environment. It sort of softens the architecture and hard landscaping, makes it more believable. Oh, what's going off on the roof there? What's that about? Well, you know how I mentioned Nikola Tesla knocking around in the 20s and 30s, along with Ivo Shandor. A lot of people at that time were very much into spiritualism. It was a bit of a big thing then. Oh, sparky. So I could just jet back up there, but then you'd miss out on some of the lovely interiors. See, we'll see if we can get this elevator. Mind you, it's there, it's right there. There it is. It's fine for going down, but it can't go up any further. This is the elevator I removed. I had to put in some stairs to replace it and fill in, strip out rooms and so on again to reduce the crashiness of the building. But this scaffolding, staircase and so on suit this purpose. It looks like a suitably falloutish structure. In keeping with Fallout lore, the repurposing and reuse of previously ruined buildings. So it's actually 40 years, the 40th anniversary of Ghostbusters. And the original script was written by Dan Aykroyd, famously one of the stars, directed by Ivan Reitman, and the more recent films directed by his son Jason Reitman. I think Ivan Reitman died a couple of years ago. This apartment is only partially furnished. Again, it is causing crashing. So he hasn't got a bathroom, because I wasn't able to give him a bathroom. So this might have been Rick Moranis' room. His character, Louis Tully. Or in his beast form, Vince Clarthall. The terror dogs. And if you had a PKA meter, you could test for spiritual entities. Hello there, how are you like? Not finding this place haunted, are you? There's nothing in the fridge. Yeah, that's the thing, I wasn't able to fit out a kitchen, sadly. As much as I'd like this to be a nod to the Ghostbuster universe and so on, and this is similar, if not the same, as Dana Barrett's flat. Similar layout. Living room is in the corner of the building. So in the Ghostbuster film, these windows blow out, revealing a secret stairway up onto the roof. Of course, up on the roof is the Temple of Goza, Goza the Gozerian. the traveller. I would like to have a fridge here. It was in the film. Zool is in Danabat's fridge. That's where she first encounters the dog and calls in the support of the Ghostbusters. And her bedroom. We never get to look at her bedroom. And her unfinished bathroom. But my idea for this building is really that it's a test bed for a lot of Evo Shander's technology. And he's trying to create a portal. To bring Goza into the world. Oh, shut myself out. That's silly. The test bed for the technology. I've completely closed up all these apartments, but then there would have been a horrendous din from all the machinery, but also to strengthen it, I more or less filled these apartments with concrete to create a good foundation for all the machinery up on the roof. Got a lovely view of the river from up here. Whoa. Lots of Tesla-like electrical arcing going around here. Ooh, here we go. Oh. Goes out the Gozerian, goes to the Destroyer, goes to the Traveller. Where's Zool and Vince Chloroform to be the beast forms and terror dogs. Woohoo! So this is really a teleport pad for accessing the Institute. Oddly enough. There's the Institute. Wow, real world MIT. Fallout World CIT. The Institute below. And of course in this playthrough I haven't gone so far as destroying the Institute, obviously, or there would be a radioactive crater there. So there we go. And thanks for watching this. I hope you found it interesting. Like it if you like it, give a video a thumbs up if you like it. Whoa, 8. Have a countdown. And then cleanse all the rads. So it's only a fraction of the size of the building in Ghostbuster, and I hope it captures some of the Art Deco look of it. Because Art Deco was a style very much in use in the 1920s and 30s, well, pretty much from 1920 to 1940, right up to the war years. Ooh, that's some strange glitching going on there. Disappearing textures. So there's two penthouse apartments there. Dana Barrett's apartment. Not that I'm suggesting she lived here in the 1920s and 30s. And it would be too much of a coincidence that she lived in a Shandor apartment in Boston as well as in New York. The building in New York is fronting onto Central Park. Central Park West, I believe. Or is it East? So thank you for watching this. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. Ta-ta for now. Cheerio. Bye bye.